All right, testing 1, 2, 3. All right, hello everybody. Welcome. My name is Andrew. This is Rocket Future. Today is January 16th, 2025, and we are here at the southern tip of South Padre Island at Isla Blanca Park, joined by thousands and thousands of people. We all came here to see the IFT Flight 7 of Starship. Right now it is 2:33 p.m. Originally, the beginning of the window for today's launch opened at 4 p.m. Central Time. However, currently they are targeting 4:37 p.m. Central Time. Let me double check that, make sure I got that accurate. Yeah. So SpaceX tweeted out 13 minutes ago, now targeting 4:37 p.m. Central Time for liftoff of Starship. So that's great. They are still targeting launch for today. Not exactly sure why they pushed into the window a little bit. Maybe just to give them a little bit more time to let these winds die down. But there could be some other... there could be something else going on as well. But I have no reason to believe that there's anything that would prevent a launch from today until we hear otherwise. I think we are go. Visual conditions here are pretty good. A little bit of a haze or marine layer between us and the ship, but this is nothing to complain about. This is a lot better than what we could have gotten yesterday. You wouldn't be able to see anything yesterday, but this is great. Let me just check to make sure everything's working. We got live video, we got audio. El Hungaro is in chat. Welcome in. Aiden C is in chat. Welcome in as well, Aiden. Let me know how everything sounds. Let me know how everything looks. There's a little bit of troubleshooting we're doing on our Space Junkie binaural microphone, so we're going to keep working on that a little bit. I've almost run out of troubleshooting steps there, but we're going to keep seeing if we can get that binaural audio. But we shall see. So again... 4:37 p.m. Central Time is what we're targeting for a T0. So we're just going to have to hang tight and watch and see what we see. Propellant load should happen just a little bit an hour before launch or so. Let me pull up the timeline for y'all. And we'll go from there. So yeah, 1 hour and 15 minutes out from T0, the SpaceX flight director will conduct a poll and verify go for propellant load. So we still got around an hour, actually a little under an hour until that point. So we're going to be hanging out here, as we always do, at Isla Blanca Park. We're going to be talking to some folks and be doing some interviews and just hanging out and wait to see what happens here. So things will start to get even more exciting in about an hour. We'll start to see some propellant load, hopefully, and not too much longer. Looks like we are live on Facebook, on X, on YouTube, on Twitch, and on Kick. Everything is looking good. I will, Aiden C says good, so that should be a good indication that we're sounding good. Aiden C says catch today. Yeah, we're going to talk about all of that stuff in a few minutes here. We're going to talk about what the objectives are of Flight 7. We're going to talk about what we're going to see here with our own eyes, what we'll be able to see on stream. We're going to talk about Starship in general, give you an overview of what this program is all about, and we'll start there in just a few minutes. But for now, I will leave you with some live views of the pad, and we will continue setting up here and just making sure we're ready for this thing. So I will be back on commentary in just a couple minutes. Dave Roberts is in chat. Welcome in, Dave. Dave, it's really good to see you. We have had some hardware failures in the last week, so we have a little bit of some other equipment in the loop than we normally do, so we'll see how that all goes, but should be all right. All right. Let's do a little bit of an overview here for y'all. Okay, so if this is your first stream on the channel or first time hearing about Starship, this is the world's largest, most powerful rocket of all time. It is designed to be a fully reusable launch system. Currently, they are not reflying hardware, but we hope to see them get to that point relatively soon. It is made up of 2 stages. The bottom stage is called Super Heavy. That's the first stage. It has 33 Raptor 2 engines. And then the second stage, the upper stage, is called Starship. That has, I think, currently 6. I think they want to upgrade that to 9 in the future. But this is the first version 2 Starship vehicle. We'll talk a little bit about what makes it a version 2 Starship in just a little bit. But yeah, Starship and Super Heavy make up the Starship launch vehicle. And that is what we're seeing on the left-hand side of the screen right now. What do we expect to see here today? So we should see a liftoff, hopefully around 4:37 Central Time, and we'll see the ascent of the full vehicle up to the altitude where the vehicles will separate. So we'll see the bottom stage separate from the upper stage. The second stage will continue off towards the Indian Ocean, and what we really want to see today is the first stage come back and get caught by the chopsticks on the launch tower. We'll talk about that in more detail here shortly as well. But that's what we're hoping to see here today. You might remember if you watched Flight 6, they were hoping to go for the second ever launch or catch attempt, but they had to do what is called an offshore divert. I believe that's what they called it. Basically, there was some indications that either the Super Heavy booster or the tower was not ready to come back and get for a catch attempt. So they did an offshore divert and landed in the Gulf, and that was that. But hopefully we do not see that happen here today. We want to see that booster come back. We got great viewing conditions for a catch attempt here. So hopefully in just a little over 2 hours, we'll see that booster come back down here after the launch. So that's kind of a high level of what we're expecting to see here today. So hopefully that helps catch you up. Again, this is Flight 7. It's the 7th fully integrated, full stack flight. There were some other test flights before that as well of just Starship. But this is starting to become closer and closer to a production vehicle. It is still a development vehicle, which means really anything can happen during this launch. We expect to see a fully successful launch, but it is still in development. It is the first version 2. There's always the chance that something could go wrong, but we're going to hope and cross our fingers that this is completely successful. So that's the high level of Starship and what we're expecting to see here. Again, we are pretty much as far south on the Gulf Coast as you can get in Texas. Starship, as you see again on the left-hand side of your screen, that's about 2 miles from the Mexico border. We're about 5 miles from the pad as we stand here. So 5, 6, 7, yeah, we're probably about 7 miles from the border or so from where we're at here. But it's a beautiful day. The skies have opened up. Again, a little bit of a haze layer, but it's really not bad at all. I'm still doing some checks here, so I'll keep making sure that everything is looking and sounding good, and then we're going to talk a little bit about what changes are actually involved in version 2 of Starship. So we'll talk about that here in just a couple minutes. Thank you, Will, for the retweet and the sharing of the stream. Appreciate you, Will. A lot of dolphins out here today. We'll might be able to catch some of those for you so you can see. Not physically, but we'll see if we can get some video of those. See, Tony Foster is in chat. Tony says, "Hello, Andrew. Any chance we will get a brief view of the stream of your unmagnified view just for perspective?" Sure, let's do that right now. Let's go split commentary. Zoom all the way out here. So this is our view. And keep an eye out on the water here as well. Oh, I don't know if the dolphin just popped over there. You probably could see that in the bottom left. Keep an eye on the bottom left. You might see that dolphin pop out right there. But yeah, that is what our view looks like from Isla Blanca Park. The ship from here actually looks way bigger than it looks on camera, fully zoomed out. We look a lot closer than it actually looks. But that's what we're at. That's where we're at. Tony says, "Thank you for that, Andrew." No problem. My pleasure. Hey, how's it going? What's your website? It's called Rocket Future.
I've seen that.
You probably have.
I've seen it.
Cool.
Yeah, thanks for what you do.
Oh, appreciate it.
From Lubbock, you know.
Okay.
I watch your stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Cool. Appreciate
I
it.
really is there. SpaceX have a launch, but it's not on their channel.
Right.
You gotta go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Put it on. What's the matter with you? Put it on your channel.
Yeah, they have it. They post them on X and stuff. But if you want to get to YouTube, yeah, these are the easiest way to do it.
Yeah. Like Jeff. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I had catch a plane at 8 o'clock this morning. So watched Jeff go up last night.
Yep.
Ready at midnight? I said, well, okay, midnight I can do midnight.
Delayed.
Then he went another hole. Okay, 20 minutes. 12:30. It gets me 5 hours.
Yep.
Finally 2 o'clock.
I fell asleep before, but luckily I still had it on. So when people were on the stream were getting loud and rowdy, it woke me up. So I was able to catch just the launch and go back to sleep.
Yeah. So finally at 2 o'clock, I went to bed. Rolled over around 4. I gotta get up. I won't get up.
Right.
I'll go into my deep sleep and then
Have you seen a Starship launch before?
Huh?
Have you seen Starship launch before?
No.
Well, it's
No,
exciting.
I wanted to come down when Trump came by, and but when it was caught back in October, whatever it was, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. I was going to come down last Friday, had everything set,
Yeah.
and
Delays.
I'll never make hotel reservations again.
Yeah.
There's no refund.
No.
After.
I know, it's so tough.
Southwest gives you credit for that.
That's good. No pressure, but do you have any interest in doing a pay-per-view? No worries at all. I like to, there's a couple of people that I've
My
talked to.
background is radio and television.
Okay.
Telecommunications.
You spent your time. It's cool to get the perspective before launch and after launch.
I went to school because I wanted to go to New York and direct a TV show.
Cool.
Working for a radio station. About a year and a half being on the air. Had nothing to do in the afternoon. I asked the owner, tell the manager, you want to sell something? You know?
Yeah.
Did you ever sold anything? Nope. He said, here's a rate card. Good luck.
There you go.
First guy I talked to, I sold.
That's awesome.
And I made more in that one sale than I did.
Yeah.
Working a 40-hour
I believe it.
And so I got into sales, so I got away from that goal and got into advertising. And on vacation 1977. Big freeze came through, and I took a vacation time. Went to see my friend in Logan, Utah. And originally from Rhode Island, but high school, grade school friend. We spent a week doing that. On the way home, I met a guy who worked at WCBS, WRFM in New York City. Exchanging advertising ideas. He was a radio ad bureau. And said, look, I'm going to come through the airport. You want to meet me out there? I didn't know how big it was. Meet me out there, and we'll chit-chat, and then I'll get down the plane from Dallas. So while we're talking, he said, let's just stay an extra day, and I'll take you around town. You leave tomorrow. Okay, back then, trains were great.
Really nice.
So I spent the Saturday with him, Saturday night with him, Sunday. And you ever thought about working up here? It's only in my dream. He said, knowing what I know and being with the last 6 hours, I can get you a job at my station Monday morning.
That's cool.
I'm not going to drive for you. So you don't understand how we sell. We sit at the desk and we take orders. That's all we do when we go home at 5 o'clock.
That's the way it is.
Is it?
No.
Scared to death.
Fair enough.
I was like 21 or so. New York City. Go from Lubbock, Texas.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
I don't think so.
That's hard.
So I came back a while ago. It's better than life goes.
It does.
Yeah, I appreciate you asking, but
No, all good. Thank you.
those lithium double A's?
It looks like it. Get you extra. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah, I bought a blank monitor, in the backyard. That you need lithium double A's.
Yeah.
The package said they last 2 years. Mine lasted 6 weeks. So I bought another one yesterday at Target, $10. So I'm not paying $10 every 2 months for batteries. And then they just canceled my subscription. So I'm not recording the video. And I thought that was the whole deal about buying the camera and the audio. To record the image. So now you get another 3 months or a $3 a month. So when I get back Monday, I'm going back to Target.
Yeah, that's fair.
The Target takes shit back.
Yeah. They're usually pretty good.
Thanks for your time. Good luck.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Did you hear they pushed to 437? I assume they're probably, I don't know why, but my guess is just more time for the wind to die down, but I think it'll be right. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it's just like right up in here. I don't know. I feel fine. So I don't really know what's going on.
And whenever the weather around this time of the year swings 40 degrees in like 12 hours, that's whenever my immune system
Damn.
gives out a little bit.
Yep. It's annoying, but could be worse.
Yeah, I mean, today
It's awesome.
really
It's
great
awesome.
today.
Oh, they're sending the aerostat back up. They put it up and then took it down earlier because it was probably too windy. But
So you know where we were set up for the drone show?
yeah,
Real nice lot spot. Have you walked over there?
I haven't.
Yeah, it's not crowded like this.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. How's the pad view? You're probably right between that gap. It's probably pretty good.
Yeah, actually is.
Cool. That's another option.
But this is a really good landmark.
Yeah. Brian and Amanda back. We'll talk about it. I don't know. I have to send it in for RMA. It's just for both stuff.
Wait, your Panasonic?
Yeah. So this is from Best Buy, so I don't know. I don't know if I like it enough to keep it or else I might return it. Yeah. It does. No, it's not. So we shall see.
Did your buddy ever find whatever he was looking for in Corpus? He borrowed him before the holidays. Or was going to.
Oh. Actually, I didn't specifically ask him, but I don't think so.
He would have known.
I think he would have too. I have to ask him. Yeah. But that camera's not on. I just got a pad view. Alright, 3 minutes I'm gonna do an update. But yeah, this is way better than yesterday. Would have been. Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be a problem. Hopefully. No, no official. Originally from Massachusetts. So I got a YouTube channel. It's called Rocket Future. Yeah. Cool. Oh, hell yeah. Yep. Cool. Awesome. Future. Cool. Yeah. Cool.
I was just saying hi, dropping off batteries. I'll probably set up my chair.
Yep.
And I'll be outside.
This chair's not.
What's that?
This chair is kind of.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. The only thing is so since I don't know if I'm keeping this or not, the box.
Hey, hey, how's it going? Good, how you been? I'm glad you made it. She's got earbuds in. Good, good. Yeah, I'm glad it's today, that's for sure. Yesterday was brutal.
Yeah. I'd probably say like a few weeks out of the year we'll get used to the type of weather we get.
Right.
Other than that, winters are really nice.
Is it usually,
Yeah,
is it
absolutely.
usually this time of the year too? Or?
It varies so much. I mean, some years it's been over Christmas where we've had really crappy Christmases, and then other times it's been over Valentine's Day where we would have like 3 or 4 days of freezing.
It's usually the January, February range though.
Yeah, pretty much. And I mean, really, I don't mind the cold. I don't think a lot of people mind the cold, but it's the rain and the slippage and the
Cool.
humidity, you know? Just the combination of all that stuff.
Yeah.
Makes crap done.
Yeah, just the constant misting with the wind gets old.
You guys went down the original launch date, which I don't even remember what day that was
Yeah,
now,
no,
right?
yeah, we've been here for like 10 days already. Yeah. But that was actually the plan, which is good. This time we decided to stay the whole month until
Oh, nice.
then we're gonna drive to Astro World at the end of the month.
Oh, sweet and
So
awesome.
yeah, so we figured no use flying down twice and really get some work done and stay. So it worked out with all the delays.
Did you guys drive down?
No, I couldn't.
Oh, you did.
See this? They're just taking orders.
No way.
Yeah.
You should have seen when he comes back over with the guy. He's like all the chairs on a cart,
That's awesome.
and he just goes.
Smart.
And the guy sets them all up.
That's
It's all
awesome.
rentals.
Alright, I'm gonna do an update here.
Go for it. I hope so. We'll see it.
All right, check. We are back on commentary here for a couple minutes. So I do want to provide a little bit of information about this launch. So as I said a little bit ago, that this is the first ever launch of the Starship version 2. So what is different about Starship version 2? So all of the changes mostly that we're talking about are in the second stage, the upper stage. That's specifically what we're talking about right now. So the flaps, the forward flaps at the top of the vehicle, that are the aero surfaces that are used for reentry and the flip and burn and all that stuff, those are forward to the front of the vehicle, or if you want to say the front, but they've been shifted in their location, so they look a little bit different. They're designed to withstand re-entry a little bit better. So hopefully, if this ship makes it all the way to re-entry, we should see those new forward flaps perform better and have less burn through, and that is a big step forward for SpaceX if they can solve that issue with burn through on those forward flaps. We've seen that in the last couple launches. It is taller. It is one ring taller. So the ship on the left side of the launch tower. You can probably do a side-by-side comparison of the last one and this one. It is a little bit taller now. This is not the final version either. Eventually we'll see a version 3, which is even taller, but for now we're stuck with version 2. There are also some other changes. There are, I think, like vacuum-insulated raceways and stuff now for various... I don't know if it's for, like, fuel or electrics or what, but they've vacuum-insulated the raceways, which is interesting. What else is new about V2? Those are the big things. So this is a big test. Hopefully we'll see again a successful test, but this is a lot of changes on V2. So we're going to see them attempt to deploy mock Starlink satellites on this launch. So we're going to actually see that PEZ door open again. We haven't seen that in a couple launches. Last one didn't really go that well. So we're going to have to hope that the PEZ door opens. We get to see those mock satellites get shot out. And we get to see that PEZ door close back up, enough for a successful re-entry. That's not something that we'll be able to see from our location here, but when it's time for launch, we're going to be switching to this scene. And on the top right of this scene, up here, you will get a view of the official SpaceX stream up there. So you'll see our footage of the launch, you'll see me, you'll see a crowd cam, and we'll go from there. This is the Isablanca Park surrounding area that we're in right now. I'll show you another camera later that shows some of the landmarks here at Isablanca Park, which are pretty cool. I feel like I'm getting sunburned in the face. I probably should have put sunscreen on, but I'm being stubborn about it. Yeah, if you're just joining us, it is currently 3:05 p.m. Central Time. Just a little while ago, we did hear that they are pushing the T0 target to... sorry, I'm just looking to see if there's any further updates. They're pushing it to 4:37, so that's about 37 minutes after the window was to open. So we are still an hour and a half about from launch. So again, an hour and 15 minutes before launch, we should hear that the flight director conducted a poll and verified whether or not the vehicle and systems and team is ready for propellant load. So that's going to be a big indication that they are pushing forward to the launch attempt today. Shortly after that, about, I don't know, half hour after that, we'll start to see the ship and the booster get loaded with liquid oxygen and methane. Again, this vehicle uses liquid oxygen and methane. You might want to compare it to the New Glenn launch last night from Blue Origin, which the first stage was liquid oxygen and methane. Second stage was, hydrogen. So this is a little bit different than New Glenn. It's a little bit bigger as well. But if anybody caught that launch last night, absolutely beautiful. And it made me really excited to get to a night Starship launch, hopefully sooner than later. I would really, really, really love to see that. Marcos is in chat. Welcome in, Marcos. Good to see you. Let me know where you're watching from. is another. There is something else that I do expect to see relatively soon that will be again a good indication that they're moving forward in the launch window, in the launch attempt today. We want to start seeing the OLM, which is the orbital launch mount, underneath the tower or underneath the rocket. We want to start seeing that venting on the bottom right. We want to start to see vapors coming from that, and also the tower halfway up the tower on the right-hand side. We should start to see that venting as well. That process takes some time. So if they really want to go for prop load 45 minutes out from T0, I would expect to see that chill down happen in the next half hour or so probably. So hopefully we'll keep a close eye on that and let you know if we start seeing that. We'll point it out to you, and that again will be a great indication that they're moving forward for launch. Rosie is in Foster from Sydney, Australia. Thank you for tuning in from Sydney, Australia. What time is it out there? Thanks for tuning in. That's really awesome. You can see a little venting right in front of the OLM, but that is not the OLM vent that we're looking for. Check out this Coast Guard flying. Monitoring the perimeter, making sure that nobody is violating the exclusion zones, making sure everybody is safe and out of the area. Once they start fueling this thing up, it becomes rather dangerous to be close to the rocket. They need to make sure that nobody tries to, keeping everybody safe and monitoring the area. what are you sending over here, Ben? So it can't do 4K 60, which I didn't realize. So that's kind of a game changer, yeah. Yeah, so that's not great. But it does way better auto white balancing. I noticed. I don't. There's not as many manual controls, which I don't like. Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna end up with manual. Unfortunately, it's not quite up to par with what I want. Hopefully, Panasonic will fix mine. So I turn it on. The live view, it still shows black. Sometimes it shows a view, but it's really out of focus. And then the shutter starts like shuttering randomly, and it says system error. And I also audibly hear something inside that doesn't sound. Yeah, kind of weird. So I don't know. Huh? Could be. Could be. I don't know. There's been a couple times where it's been like knocked around, but not in like an aggressive way, like not to the point that it should run damage. So maybe like 2 or 3 times, but I don't know. So I don't know. Ben is saying hello and welcome to the future, the rocket future. Thanks for that, Ben. Ben, Andy is hanging out here. I don't think you can see it. Oh, right. I only have this one on so far, but I want to see them start venting the OLM. Well, 4:37. So they would probably start fueling 45 minutes before that. So that's 55, 57. They should really be starting to vent that out pretty soon. Do I look red like sunburn? I do. I looked at the UV index and it didn't look high, but I've been out here for hours already. And I'm just like, screw it. But at this point now, it's almost to the point where. Yeah. Oh well. Honestly. Ben says, "What the dog doing?" The dog ain't here. Where's
She's with Jenna.
Okay.
It's a little too loud.
Yeah,
Nowadays.
especially the sonic boom. Yeah. I was. Yeah.
Yeah, I see all these other dogs.
Yeah.
Like, they know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Rosie's at home. I'm having a problem with the main microphone. I can't really get it to work. This one here. Yeah. But I've done some troubleshooting and I can't really seem to make any progress. So. Yep. Yep. Needs lists. Yeah, it's just stuck at negative 300 dB and it's not getting any audio. Oh well, I tried. At home I set up a camera and I put like a container of water. I put like simple coating on it to see if it shakes at all. And I put some like really tight cleaning outfits and stuff on it to see if it shakes at all. So and a couple minutes I'll remote into my computer at home. Look at the bottom of the screen. There is a boat with many flags. 1, 2, 3, 4 flags. That's pretty cool. Let me adjust. Oh, it's one of the tourism boats, I think. Oh, do I see an OLM vent? Oh, I do. Oh, yeah. Okay, great. All right, y'all. We do have an update, and it's a good one. As you can see, okay, so let's take a look at the left-hand side of the screen. You see the launch tower to the left. You see the rocket at the bottom. You see some white venting at the front. But if you look carefully on the bottom right-hand side, there is some venting coming out from the back. That is the orbital launch mount venting. They are chilling down the lines that go to the OLM and that go to the first stage. Super heavy. So the fact that they are chilling down those lines are a great indication that they're continuing through their processes and procedures ahead of fuel load, and ahead of launch. I'm going to not have a voice by the end of this. So we should start to see the same thing happen halfway up the ship, or up the launch tower on the right-hand side as well. So good news, good news. It is 3:20. We are an hour and 17 minutes from potential launch. It should be pretty easy. So when it takes off, you'll actually see it just in separation. And then you might lose it on the way back, but by the time it's like relatively close to landing, it'll be just as big, but off in the opposite side. Yeah, that's what separation will be, and then it will reduce that. I actually didn't see that. But yeah, you'll be able to see that. Yeah, okay. Maybe watch the dog from that. Like, there it is, everybody. Ignites, you'll see it. So far, yeah. Yeah, so right now they're,
Well, I know it got pushed out.
yeah, 437, I guess. They're doing some stuff right now that is a good indication that they're actually moving forward, so that's good.
I see there is.
Yep. So there's some venting going on.
I'm just hoping Elon don't. I know they won't want to cancel now if something is going wrong with the rocket itself.
Yeah. If there's an issue, they'll be safe about it.
But you'll know.
Yeah, I should go pretty quickly.
So what's your link?
It's called Rocket Future, so if you go to like rocketfuture.org or if you search on YouTube, it'll come up. Yep. No problem. All right, we have another update for y'all. The lines going to the ship are now starting to cool down, and they're starting to purge those out. So that is the vent on the right-hand side of the tower, halfway up. That vent will get bigger. You'll see that grow. This is, again, a good sign that they're moving forward towards propellant load. So far, yeah. Yeah, 433. So far, yep. Things are looking good. They've been doing a couple things that indicate they're moving forward, so good stuff. Yep, Dave Roberts is seeing the same thing I am. Dave says, venting from the tower and launch mount. Good stuff. I'm going to work on something here. Elgato face cam has the commentary cam cancel. Cam. That's good. Oh, man. All right. We're looking good, folks. We're looking good. Still a little bit windy out here, but hopefully not a concern. And it is forecast to continue decreasing over the next hour. right. Like I said, that venting from the tower is starting to get more volume, however you say that, more volume coming out of that vent, which is a good sign. Now we're gonna see those vents puff away for a bit. They'll stop a couple times. They'll puff away again, but then when they stop for good, that is a good indication that they will be starting fuel load from that point pretty quickly. Sure.
One.
You want me to zoom in again?
Yeah, same like
Same thing.
that.
Okay.
1, 2. Wait again.
Yeah.
Sorry.
0.5. Cool. You ready?
Yes.
All right. Go.
Thank you.
Yep. No problem.
Oh, I love it. Thank you.
That work?
It's
Good enough?
beautiful. Yes.
I was a little
It's
bit
the best
slow
one.
on the zoom.
Yeah. And just the last picture and that's it.
Sure.
Only for now.
Yep.
Photo with the space. With the big.
Just a picture?
Yes, of course. What do you think is better? Here, here,
Right there.
right here?
Yep. Good?
Oh, perfect.
Awesome.
Yes. And also, I'm going to put your link
Sure.
to the transmission of you.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. And one more thing.
Yep.
So you with the microphone.
Sure.
Because I'm going to. I'm gonna place the link
Cool.
for the transmission. Right?
Perfect.
Another one.
That works.
You prefer another
Oh
one?
my god, my face is red. No, that's fine.
The transmission is the YouTube link, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Should be in the Moondow channel. All right, we're continuing to see that venting from the launch tower and OLM. We want to see that go for a while, make sure those lines are cooled down and purged out, and then they're going to start. Then we'll actually expect to hear from the go, no-go poll for propellant load, which has that already happened? Let's see, it's 3:31. That should happen 1 hour and 15 minutes from launch, so that should be happening now. Let me check in on X and see if they've already done the poll for propellant load. All right, so we are. I'm checking in on X right now, and I don't quite see that they have updated about the propellant load polling yet. So hopefully we'll hear about that relatively soon. Sweet. All right, all right, all right. Like I was just saying, we were hoping to hear about Go for Prop Load after the launch director conducted the Go for Prop Load poll. They are Go for Prop Load, so that is awesome. So again, what we're going to see on the left-hand side of the screen there, we're going to see those vapors come out the right-hand side of the tower and underneath the bottom of the mount for a little bit. But then those should cease. Those should stop probably relatively soon. And then maybe in 15 minutes or so, or 20, we'll start to see fuel get loaded into the vehicle. Again, we're talking about liquid oxygen and methane. We'll start to see a frost line build on both the booster and the ship. And that will be a great indication that they are fueling up for launch. Again, 3:33 right now. We're about 1 hour and 4 minutes, 3 minutes actually, 1 hour and 3 minutes from launch. As long as they're still going for 4:37, so we're close. We're close. Hour and 3 minutes. Ben says hello, hello, hello. Up. Interview? Let's do it. Come on up. All right, we have an interview coming up for you. Commentary. All right, so for the crowd, why don't you go ahead and say your name?
Jade.
Jade, it's good to see you. I've been hanging out with Jade and the Moondow crew for a few nights over the last week or so. We've had some fun. This is, I forget now, is this going to be, this is not your first Starship launch?
I was at IFT1, so this is my second one.
Okay, so your first catch, though?
Yes, hopefully. Yeah.
And it hopefully should be my first catch, too. What do you have in mind for, like, what are you anticipating to see out of the catch? Like, do you think it's going to be loud? Like, what is your preconceived understanding of what this is going to be like?
Yeah, so I guess compared to IFT1, super sketchy on the takeoff. Little scary. And then obviously no return. So I think it's going to be a lot louder on the return. That's what some people have told me. And so it seems pretty loud at the takeoff. So I'm excited to see that. Yeah, really hoping they go for the attempt. And yeah, I mean, I feel like that catch kind of broke the internet and was kind of like, I feel like a lot of people started tuning in to like, what the heck's going on here? So yeah, I want to experience that in person.
Absolutely. And have you ever experienced a sonic boom before?
Never, no.
All right, so this is first time for everything. Anything else that you want to say? Anything else that you want to talk about? And what are you most excited for?
Well, I guess we've been here like a week and a half now, so it's good to see that after all the delays, we have a beautiful day for this launch. Kind of been following the prediction markets on what people think, the chance that they catch it, and all that. And I think it's a good chance. I mean, they nailed it the first time. Hopefully, no sensor failure this time, and we'll be able to see it. And hopefully, they get that just as consistent as the Falcon 9 landing. So, should be sweet.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. That's what we want to see is consistency, but it might take them a few more launches to get there. What we don't want to see is see a booster come back and it hit the tower or something. How long do you think that would set them back?
I mean, they've got the second tower ready to go, right? But yeah, I mean, excitement guaranteed, as Elon likes to say. But yeah, I mean, maybe a little piece of me is hoping for some excitement, but it catches exciting enough. I mean, that would be incredible. Like if they just execute perfectly, that's what we really want to see. So
Absolutely, awesome. Anything else you want to talk about? You want to talk anything about Moondao or?
yeah, so yeah, we got the whole Moondao team here. A few of them are going to also come up for an interview. So yeah, we're just excited to see the progress that SpaceX is making. Also awesome to see New Glenn. Blue Origin getting to orbit too. So just an exciting time for space, and great to be in that industry and just along for the ride.
Absolutely. I'm curious if, say this goes off today, which we're hoping. I wonder if that's the most thrust ever been produced in a 24-hour period ever.
It's got to be, right? It's got to be. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks for talking to me, Jade. We'll talk some more. Cool. Thank you. And after the launch, maybe. Cool. That was Jade from the Moondao community. Got another view of that chopper coming through. Oh, almost missed it, but we got it. Jade mentioned that second tower. You can see that on the right-hand side of the screen right now while I'm zoomed out a little bit. So SpaceX has built a second tower. They're working on getting that ready to go. But they're all custom. Like this isn't like a template. I did,
Yeah, that's the source.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so you could make that bigger. if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
wanted to.
Yep. You change anything.
And then like this stuff below, like how do you do that? What the?
I just used Canva to make this as an image, and I just drop it in there and put it down there. And then this is text. Yeah. Yep. And then this is just text on OBS.
Inside of OBS.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So that's live editable. Edit by live.
You can.
Yep. You can all this as well.
Something right. We'll have to.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, I'm gonna tap in at home and start the recording. I think. Well, it's a little early still. Yeah. Better early than later. On the oh yeah. Yeah, I'll just do like team viewer or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. I had that, but now I just brute force do it. Yeah. So computers. Let's see. Mission control. Oh yeah, you'll actually be able to see it when it comes up here. Yeah, so that's got the water and then I got some salt and sand or some corn and stuff. So all different things just to see. And then I got the mic going. So I'm gonna start hitting record. And that is now recording. So should be good. I'm excited to see what that looks like. It's a little overexposed. Might be able to fix that. Yeah, definitely. Once that tower vent stops on the right, they should start fueling. Yeah, that is recording. All right, Ben is in chat. Ben says, "Sir, your voice," and says you should gargle some bay water. I'm sure that could probably solve the issue, but I don't know if it's the route that I would want to solve it with. But things are looking good. Things are looking good. That tower vent's getting nice and venty. All right, before launch here, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my plan for how to capture this thing. So, I'm going to do my best to track it up off the pad up to the booster's apogee, if you can call it that. I think you can. So when the booster separates from the ship, I will follow it back for a couple minutes or a minute or so. But then I'm going to shift the camera back to the pad so that we're ready for the catch attempt. So there might be a couple small events that we might not be able to see on the camera while I'm moving it. Like we might see some like booster what are the word thrusters. We might be able to see. We might not see the thrusters. Actually direct to the booster back, but we're gonna see the final catch burn and actually the catch for sure. So we should get great views of the catch here. Let's hope that they go for it today. Again, this is still very much prototype. It's possible that they do another offshore divert, but we're going to hope that they go for the catch today. Ted is tuned in. Ted says, hey. I say, hey. Everybody says hey. Ben, the the emojis come through as text because I'm looking at the restream chat. So earlier, when you sent a bunch of emojis, I was like, "What the heck are you saying?" All the emojis. Oh my goodness. Wait, where is he? That's awesome. Maybe we'll bump into him. All right, folks, it is 3:48 Central Time. We are hoping to see a launch at 4:37. So we've got a little bit more to go. We're going to see that vent continue for a little bit longer. We'll see that vent stop probably in the next 25 minutes or so. Then it's going to take about 45 minutes to fuel up. And then we'll see this thing launch, get off the pad. A few minutes later, we'll see it come back, the booster come back, and hopefully get caught by the tower. But anything can happen. It's going to be fun. It's going to be good. All right, that vent is slowing down. Again, it may slow down and it may come back. That's all normal, but it might actually be done. They might be finished with chilling down those lines ahead of prop load. So if we see that venting stop and then we start to see frost getting built up on the ship and the booster, that is an indication that they are in prop load. But I still expect that. I still don't expect that for another few minutes, so we'll see. But as far as I can tell, everything's on time right now. This is looking good. According to the SpaceX account, I think their stream is starting in like 3 minutes. All right, we have a very important and good update. It seems that ship fueling is underway. I was just scrolling through X and some of the other channels that have a nice close view of the ship. It looks like there might be an indication of the first frost line growing on the ship. I definitely want to wait a little bit longer and see that grow just to make sure that it actually is the frost line. But it does look like they have started to fuel the upper stage Starship. So hopefully that's accurate. And we should see the same happening on the booster relatively soon. And then it should only take about 45 minutes to get fully frosty. And then that will leave us with, yeah, this timing works out just about right. Yeah, the ground support equipment is going crazy right now. It's it's really pumping out a lot of vapors. That would be so stupid if it just stops right in front of you. Yeah. Oh well. It would make for an interesting perspective. Yep. Oh my god. Yeah, yeah. I couldn't believe how slow Yukon was that time. So slow. You watching? You watch League right now?
Not live, just
The flashlight thing was so sick. Like anyone that goes through the clouds, if you there was one shot that NFL got, they did a fast like a fast speed and it was really cool because once it goes above the clouds, it actually looks like somebody has a flashlight like going like this and like you can see the boost like it's so freaking cool. I want to see that one way. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Hey Holly, Holly's in chat. Holly says, "Love you guys." Thank you, Holly. It was good to see you at Boca Chica just a couple days ago. Always good to see you down here. Hopefully things are going well. But hopefully I'll see you again after launch. No, this one's Ryan's actually. Yep. Oh shoot. The one thing I can't figure out how to do is get this off the autofocus. There's this button that says autofocus negative focus, but it's not doing anything. Shoot. I mean, there should be like mostly okay, but how do I get that off? Yeah, I think that changes with the range and the zoom and focus. Yeah. So what? Can I put the menu in? No, it looks like you navigate menu without messing up the live stream. Pretty cool. Alright, so alright. Assignable button 1 is autofocus negative focus. Let me change button 3. Button 3, that one's 3. Change that to autofocus negative focus as well. So menu. I don't want them to tell me that fast. Notice the launch delay for the same time. So far 4:37. 4:37. Yep. Good. Yep. Good. And everything is indicating that they're going for top rate. So. Oh, good. That's good. Yep. Are you with the TV station? Or? YouTube channel and like I do most social media. So Rocket Future. Oh, cool. Yeah. Cool. Yep. Have a nice setup. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. Is there like an auto switch to go to manual? Yes, there is. Now we're on manual. There we go. Sounds like the SpaceX stream has started. No, I mean, I'm fine, yeah. All right. Thank you. Is it okay if I have my mic too?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right, how's it going?
Oh, it's
So what's your name and where are you from?
My name is Andrew. I'm originally from Massachusetts, but I moved down here about 2.5 years ago, almost 3, to come down and cover the Starship launches.
Is this your first time coming to SpaceX launch?
It isn't. This will be my 5th Starship launch, and I've seen some other SpaceX launches in Florida as well.
What made you want to come to this launch?
I think it's important for me personally. I try to bring these types of events to people at home that can't get here themselves and see it themselves. So just to share this experience with more people and share the energy of the crowd and all that stuff.
How do you feel about SpaceX setting up here in the RGV?
Personally, I'm pro SpaceX being here. Of course, I don't have like the historical context of living here my whole life, so I know there's different opinions, and I respect those and understand those. But generally, the way I think about life and where we're moving as a species and thing, I see more pros than cons. Even though there are cons, but I see more pros than cons.
What's your opinion on SpaceX trying to incorporate into its own city?
I don't know if I've fully formed an opinion on that yet. Again, I could see how that could have benefits, but I can also see why locals could see that as a downside as well. I don't know if that means that they have additional restrictions of public access or not, or maybe that has nothing to do with it. I haven't really fully formed my opinion on that yet.
How do you think these launches will impact the environment, and do you think SpaceX is taking proper precautions to take care of the environment?
I think there is an impact to the environment for certain. The important thing is to make sure that they're doing it in a sustainable way and doing anything that they can do to offset whatever the impact is. And again, I think there is probably a measurable impact to the environment, but in my brain, when I look at the pros and cons, both are very important. It's not this or that, it's a this and that. We should launch rockets and pursue space exploration and keep our environment as safe as we can here. So, yeah.
Okay, in addition, what could SpaceX or the city do to ensure that they are keeping the environment clean?
I think third-party auditing is always very important. Make sure that SpaceX is doing what they're saying they're doing, the protections that they're saying they have in place, make sure they're actually in place, and yeah, just keeping them to their word.
Okay. But that's all the questions I have.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, so what's your name again?
Andrew.
Andrew?
Yes.
Andrew what?
Andrew Clifford.
And are you streaming like on Twitch or something?
Yeah, YouTube, Twitch, all those.
That's too cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
What's the name of your channel?
It's called Rocket Future.
Rocket Future?
Yep. Cool. Awesome. Good work, guys. Yep. See ya. William says SpaceX is live now. Nice. Let's see. He just suggested something which I think might actually work. That's quite here. Oh, it's working. Holy crap. Sorry, 1 second. Alright, good. We just fixed our microphone, so just give me a few seconds, guys, to get something set up here. We have another microphone that we're recording with. Again, bear with me for a few moments here. I'm just working on some microphone stuff. But let's just double check in, make sure with SpaceX we're good. Yep, everything is looking good. Everything is looking good. Just some live troubleshooting here. All right. Let's see how we're doing with fueling. Oh, yeah. We are definitely actively being fueled, and it's actually a good ways through. Jenna is in chat, says Rosie and Jenna say hi. Hello. Hey, Jenna. Hey, Rosie. Dave Roberts says, how are you doing? Andrew, excited for the catch? I am very, very excited for the catch.
Rosie and Jenna.
Yep. Yeah, so that whatever change I just did, I can see the audio here.
These guys.
Yeah, I think. But yeah. Kellen in chat says, finally on the chat, how are we looking for launch ETA? We should be about 30 minutes out. A little bit more than 30 minutes out. Or wait, 20 minutes? 20 minutes out, right? Sweet. Yeah, I think we're looking at 4:37, so we're about 20 minutes out. Dave says, let's hope the COPVs hold out in the descent. I hope they do. I hope they do. Who the heck is Kellen? Okay, so here's the thing. I was just troubleshooting our binaural mic. So I don't know. I made some progress with the troubleshooting, but I didn't fix it exactly. So we'll have to see whether or not we get audio with the binaural mic this time around. But at this point, we're like 20 minutes out. Unfortunately, I can't fiddle with that any longer. Here's the update. We are well into fueling at this point. This is great indication that they're still looking forward to this launch window here in just over 20 minutes. So things are getting excited here. I'm going to keep you up to date as we move closer to T-minus 0. We should see those frost lines grow all the way up the booster, and the frost lines in the ship grow as well. And then the next thing that we'll have to see after that point is water deluge, and that's when we'll see launch. So now's the time to pay attention, folks. We're getting close. Kellen says, looks windy. Yeah, it is. I don't think windy enough to be a problem. There's some bigger breezes, but it has calmed down in the last hour or so. So we should be all right. We should be all right. All right, we are now on our scene that will stay on until launch. So you can see everything that's happening on the left-hand side. You'll get a full picture of what's coming straight from my camera. Top right is at SpaceX's stream, so you can keep up with what's happening with Starship when we lose sight of it. Then you see me and my commentary cam, as well as the crowd cam. So we're good. We're good. Exactly 20 minutes ago. Dave, you're have a cold as well. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, it's that time of the year. It's that time of the year.
Hey, now's your chance to get out. Be the first one off the island. If we time it right, stop in the middle of the bridge and watch it for a minute.
Titan is in chat. Andrew Paris, how are you doing? We're missing you down here. Hopefully we'll see you here for the next one if the timing works out, but hopefully you're doing it all right and feeling good, feeling good. SpaceX tweets out Starship and Super Heavy combined 39 Raptor engines are chilling down in preparation for liftoff. We miss you too, Titan.
Now, right now, you can see vapor all along the fuselage on both sides, up and down. I don't know if that's frost and stuff coming off, or if it's actually been a little bit there. I don't know.
I actually, this is my old tracking tripod. It's kind of a junk. I was familiar with that. It has a gimbal limit that's like here instead of here. So I'm back for this one. So there's some kind of janky, but at least I can actually gimbal the whole way up. This one doesn't really. It's not really made for tracking. So I gotta find a better one. It's hard to find a perfect tripod for what I need. Oh, I see you over there. I was excited to watch that. The video of what the apartment looks like. Shakes it all. Yeah, absolutely. T minus 15 minutes to go. 15 minutes. I'm like right back in the bathroom, but they parked out of the apartment. So I think the idea is going to be to move this stuff into the Jeep, walk to their car, take that out, then put the Jeep up later. See how it goes. Did Joan drop you off?
She did. She said she's just gonna chill at the ice.
Pick you up outside of the apartment?
Yeah.
Smart. That's smart.
I was actually thinking of walk further, walk some more strides to something big, see if
Yeah.
there's an ice.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. Hopefully it'll. I don't know why I think it's quicker, but maybe it'll figure it out. Get these battery makers. Yeah, yeah. Cool. 'Cause it's worth it, even though it's a pain.
Yeah, you think you'll do Rocket Ranch?
Yeah, if they catch this, I'll do Rocket Ranch and Long Island Village. My buddy wants to watch from there, so choose one of those nights.
Oh, cool.
Unless they're going for the ship catch. If they go for the ship catch, I'll do it here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Couple clouds in there to see if they're actually the kind of doing, but oh well. I'm happy for playing to build me up today. Yeah, basically. 13 minutes. 13 minutes until launch of Flight 7 Starship. First ever version 2 of the Starship vehicle with upgrades to the forward flap positioning. It's taller. And it's the next generation of Starship vehicles. So we're excited to see this thing go off and set some new records. It is beating itself out to be the tallest and most powerful rocket for the second time now. So this is cool. This is cool. We're excited for the era of V2, and this is the beginning of it. That is charging. This is charging. golden. We're golden. This camera's kind of choppy. I don't know why, but it's alright. The side one. I'm curious how I'm doing with the after this one. If I feel like I need to wear earphones or not. Right. But that's still impressive. Still impressive. I wonder how far we really do. I would imagine at least 50, 60 miles. Cool. T minus 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes till flight 7. I think I've set these this against in the right spot. Yeah, I won't block any of the shot. That's pretty good. I don't remember exactly, but it feels pretty close.
Crazy out there, like cactuses.
I know, right? Isn't that cool? I'm definitely getting there.
Just want to get as close as possible.
Yeah, do it.
¿Eh? Ah, sí, sí, sí. Está en Matamoros. Lo está viendo desde el otro lado. Ajá. La próxima vez igual le echo México.
All right, if you're tuned in, let's see some hype in chat. Let's get some good vibes going for Flight 7. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what you expect to see today. Let me know if you think we're going to get a catch. I think we might. I think we might.
Mickey Mouse. No, pero...
Oh, boy.
Él también.
It's going to park itself right in our view. Jade in chat says hype. Ben says go, 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 go.
That boat is just gonna park itself.
I know, right?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I know. No.
It doesn't seem like it's so far out.
All right, drop anchor.
Check out that. That was a cool shot, actually, of the boat going by. I'm going to start hitting record on these things. This is recording. That is recording. Seven minutes. Less than 7 minutes. Really, like more like 6 minutes, 30 seconds. We'll be like 15, 20 seconds ahead of feed because a lot of people are watching. Oh, it's going. Yeah. CJ Sloan says, "Hi Jade, let's light this candle." No problem, Jenna. It's my pleasure. She says, "Thanks for broadcasting, Andrew." Just over 5 minutes to go. I'm going to start adjusting my mic volume down a little bit here. Commentary is going to be light between now and launch. I'll keep any updates. One thing that we have seen many times is a T-minus 40-second holds. Hopefully we don't see that today, but if we do, that does not necessarily mean it's scrubbed or anything. We might just see a hold toward the end of the waiting here. We'll have to see. Titan just mentioned that he thinks that my SpaceX feed on the top right might be a replay. So if that's the case, we'll adjust that after launch. We'll adjust that. So the top right might not be accurate. It might be an older stream. All right, I think I fixed the top right stream. It's a little small, but it's gonna have to do for now. Just over 1 minute to launch. Depression. Water deluge. Ignition. Got a few seconds. All right, I'm going to reposition camera for the catch attempt here in a few minutes here. Stand by.
Top one's the booster.
Yep. All right, where are we? Can you see it? It's okay. I see it. Oh, I see one of them. Oh, look at the shadows from the balloon. Just a couple minutes until we hopefully see this catch attempt.
It's going back, Andrew.
Yep. I'm excited. The booster is definitely coming back. Couple more minutes and we should see this catch attempt. Yeah, it doesn't look like a divert to me.
Nope.
We got eyes on the booster. It's coming down. You guys will see it pretty soon. Pretty soon. That was hot stage, right?
The little piece.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's hot staging.
The booster is looking like it's directly above us. It is currently going to our south towards Boca Chica Beach. We're going to give you a great view of this catch. We can also see the hot stage ring. All I need to do is hit those. All right, like 10 or 20 seconds, we get the view. That was loud. Woo! Hot stage ring, Sonic. That was a hot stage ring. Wait, can they see it? Okay, where's the ring? Oh, yeah, right here. We see the hot stage ring. All right, that was insane. That was Flight 7. Of course, the flight has just technically begun. Starship version 2 is now hopefully doing its work and getting out there into a near orbital velocity, near orbital inclination, getting out towards the Indian Ocean, out near, actually closer to Australia. So on the top right of the screen, you'll see some updates about that. That was actually insane. That was nuts. That was cool.
Loud, right?
Yeah, that was really loud. I might wear ear protection next time. I'm sure instantaneous isn't that bad for you.
That is weird. Yeah. Yep.
So, it was just a coincidence, but right after the Sonic Boom was a huge wave, like in the water.
Oh, really? I missed that.
It's gotta be. I don't know. The ship totally blew away that cloud. Yeah. It's awesome. Yeah. Way up. Clear it out. Rosie, your son is here. Very cool. He's standing behind Andrew in the black leather jacket. Oh, that's Alex. Very cool. Very cool. That was awesome. So Jenna says, "What happened? Where'd it go?" So Jenna, the first stage came back and got caught by the tower. Second stage is on its way to the Indian Ocean. Rosie says he came all the way from Sydney, Australia to experience it. That's awesome. That is awesome.
I was sick. I was tracking with this a little bit. You could see the ring tumbling. It was like ring, and it was shiny, and then it was ring. That was really cool.
That was insane.
So that was the sonic boom of the ring. That was the second one. I totally missed that the first time.
All right. We got another interview coming up. Yeah, do it out. Do it up. All right. Welcome in. Welcome in. So, what did you think of that, Pablo?
I'm speechless. You know, it's just it's insane, boggles the mind. I can't really believe my eyes. Yeah.
Absolutely, I can agree with that. That was my first booster catch as well. Remind me, was it your first Starship launch?
First Starship launch and a catch, so just amazing. Yeah.
Absolutely perfect. So, was there anything that was different than you expected to see?
I mean, yeah, the sound. I mean, you can really feel it in your chest. People were telling me that, but I think until you actually experience it, it really hits you. You know.
Agreed, 100%. What else? What else do you want to say? What else do you want to say?
Well, yeah, I guess I'm very lucky, or we're very lucky, everyone watching this stream and alive right now, that we're doing this as a human species. It's like incredible that we're, for the first time, I don't know, talking or planning real migration into space, and it's this is just reinforces that it's all really happening, and that also boggles the mind. We're at an inflection point in human history. It's really cool.
Absolutely, that's very well said. I'm at a loss for words too. I don't even know what to ask you. That was really, really cool. But yeah, look at that. I was actually just saying to Ryan, 2 times out of 2. Obviously, last launch it was an offshore divert. But as far as an actual catch attempt, they're 2 for 2. You can kind of get lucky with one. But if you do 2 out of 2, that's a pretty good indication that they know what they're doing and this thing's going to work the way they wanted it to.
Right. Yeah. I wonder. Well, I was just talking with a couple of the other guys here. Like, I mean, we had PID controllers in the '60s, but yeah, I wonder what they're doing where they can get it. So I mean, of course they've done it on other ships before, but it's just incredible that they're able to, I guess, tweak a few parameters and get it so perfect on a totally different. And even this one is a little bit larger, so it's a different ship, and I don't know, whatever they're doing it right. Yeah.
No, 100%, 100%. Yeah, it's been awesome to have y'all come and hang out for this launch and before launch and hopefully after launch as well. So like you were saying, we're all here doing this thing together, experiencing these things for the first time together, and it's really awesome. And the Moondow community has been awesome, and I'm just happy to have y'all here.
Yeah, I think it was the Lucky Loggers at Opera House. Yeah.
Shout out to Starbase Brewing. Every time we want this thing to go, we have a lucky launch the night before, lucky launch day lager, and then it goes. We didn't really want it to go yesterday, so we didn't have a lucky launch the night before, and it didn't go. So far, it's still working. Cool. Anything else there?
No, just yeah, thanks for everything you're doing. I mean, this is like super cool, super professional. You've got the amazing setup here. Yeah, I don't know, just you're doing awesome stuff. So
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. All right. Are y'all going to hit Hopper? It's going to take forever to get over there, so no pressure, but we'll probably try.
we'll meet you there.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess maybe we'll just sit in traffic or
Yeah.
hang out for a bit.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Well, I'm going to wrap stream up, and then we can talk about a plan or whatever. If you guys want to go ahead and start, that's cool, too. Cool. Awesome. Thank you. So, everybody. I want to start breaking things down here and getting a head start. Not a head start, but not such a late start out of here. If you want to follow the rest of the mission, make sure you go to SpaceX's official X account and look at their broadcast. All of the other ones on YouTube are kind of fake, but like there's a lot of fake SpaceX broadcasts. But also, like, go to if you want to watch it on YouTube, NSF, Everyday Astronaut. I'm sure they're going to continue talking about the rest of the mission. So go tune into your favorite creator for the rest of the duration. Let's hope we see version 2 do well today. Hopefully they can deploy those satellites, those mock satellites, and get down for a full mission out in the Indian Ocean there. So yeah, this is great. Thanks everybody. I have no voice left, so I might as well end the stream. We'll see you next time. My name is Andrew. This is Rocket Future. This was actually insane. We'll see you next time. Peace out.